Hello and welcome. Hi, I'm author and host Grace Rolson. I'm a survivor of several years of post separation abuse and a family court battle with a narcissistic ex. And if you're a survivor, I hope that you'll come into Thriving with me and come out of the battle and learn ways and tools to end the co parenting war because it is financially draining among other things. I keep my eye on peace, even though I had to get a lawyer and fight in the family court war. So, just inviting you to my work. Take what you like, leave the rest. Some of this may apply to you, some of this may not apply to you, but this is my newest book that you see down here in the corner. And I'm going to read to you a small excerpt from this book. Just a quick disclaimer that I'm not a lawyer or any psychological professional. I'm not a representative of the family court, so take what you like, leave the rest. You can pause this. If you're liking and subscribing to this video, you can pause this to read the full disclaimer or look down in the description box. If you are ready and willing to do the work required to heal, learn, and outgrow the narcissist, then I am here to teach, coach, and mentor. If you don't know my work, my background is loving and leaving an alcoholic. I wrote 3 books, breaking free of my codependency, love addiction, trauma bonds. And then I went on to write 6 books for moms who have to endure co-parenting with a narcissist or attempting to, and then fighting for custody in family court. So learn all you can because knowledge is power. This is my new book, Wisdom for Ending the Co-Parenting War and the Custody Battle with a Narcissist, so you can heal and be able to help your child. So when we're in war, we're merely surviving, but when we get to peace, there is the opportunity for thriving. My book's on Amazon. Support me as a self-published author. I say read all my books in order from like 1 through 5 or 6 so that you get the full picture of my story and all of my recovery, all my healing, all my insights, all my survivor wisdom. They're all in my books. You can bring a highlighter. Hopefully this makes the situation better for you and your child if you have to endure it or go through it. One of my best tips is to be solution-based rather than complaint-based. And this comes from personal experience because I was always complaining about the narcissist, but I didn't have a clue what solutions were for the problems that we would bump up into. So if you're ready to use skills and tools and strategy, welcome to my work. I wanted to read you my warm warrior mom welcome that is in this book. It says, Dear brave moms, welcome to my Grace's guidance filled with helpful tips, tools, and strategies and survivor wisdom. Even though we haven't met, I care about you and your children. I want to encourage you to be solution-based with a mindset that is focused, instead of being buried in the problems of the narcissist. What I have seen in my line of work and in myself is that a mom in a custody battle is often a mom in crisis. If we are in intense stress and fear, it's difficult to think straight, logically, or reasonably. When our children's lives, health, and well-being are threatened, we naturally react. With this book, I hope to help point you in a direction that turns your loving and caring instincts into effective solution-based responses. Sometimes we need to step back and out of crisis mode to get a handle on our emotions and thinking to be able to shift into the right direction. So the Thriver tip is be solution-based. If you're required by the family courts to co-parent with a narcissistic ex and or in a custody battle with a narcissist, please know you are not alone. I'm in your corner. I'm on a personal mission to help as many moms as possible survive a high conflict family court custody battle with a narcissist and learn to quote unquote co-parent more easily. It's no small feat. This is actually very hard work for me as a survivor. Often I'm triggered as I read the daily stories of child abuse and neglect where I feel powerless to stop it or help. But I know my work of writing these tips helps moms to be healthy, smart, and supported moms that the children need. My wish is that the light of compassion, wisdom, and love shine from my heart to you and it reaches your child. My goal is to pass on my wisdom that won us peace and protection. If you're reading this book, you're probably looking for another way that avoids costly war and personal defeat. I learned that hope is not a strategy. We moms must do the necessary preparation and educate ourselves on the topics of narcissistic abuse, co parenting with a narcissist, and custody battles with a narcissist. We have to do the specialized work and training required and get organized. Organization is key. If you're ready to learn and do the work, I am here. I stand for creating peace and protection for children of narcissistic father by encouraging the loving, caring moms to use wisdom and lead with love. The bottom line is this: our child or children need us. We are their voice of their rights and their biggest advocate. We can't always rely on the so-called child professionals and family court judges to protect our children. We often have to step up to the plate and strategize to ensure our child's needs are met and protections are in place for them. My suggested tips are generated and are geared to helping moms think strategically with the aim of creating peace so their children can thrive. I stand for education and empowerment of moms going through the trials and battles with a personality disordered person. Basically, my goal is to help moms win so children don't lose. I help motivated moms stay sane, safeguard their custody case, and watch their children enjoy their one and only childhood. My story is one of complete transformation. While locked in a costly custody battle with my ex, a narcissist, for over a decade, I was losing my parental rights and time with my child. Out of sheer frustration, I finally asked myself, isn't there a better way than this financially devastating family court war? How else can I protect my child from narcissistic abuse? Does it always have to be a battle with a narcissist to get our child's needs met? Can another way be created? As I longed for peace, I prayed that I would get some creatively inspired insight on how to deal with a personality disordered narcissist that didn't involve more lawyers and more losing. I studied programs on communicating with high conflict people, and I sought the experts in narcissism to help me navigate around the narcissist for years. But my early efforts weren't working long term. After years of paying for a costly legal battle, enduring post separation abuse and legal abuse, and having to parallel parent, quote unquote, and do the gray rock type of approach of dealing with a narcissist, I discovered another, easier, more effective way: skillful means. In order to use skillful means with a narcissistic ex, we must first get skillful. But how? Well, we have to skillfully learn to deal with our triggers, fears, and trauma first. Once we're healed, supported, and stable, we can act thoughtfully rather than reactively. We accept that we are in it for the long term, and we use strategies and skillful means rather than trying quick fixes like trying to win or beat the narcissist. We build goodwill and demonstrate civility that later can come back to us in the form of what I call good karma. Basically, we are and become the change we want to see. Then we can learn to skillfully navigate around the narcissist on many issues while diffusing, de escalating, and disarming the narcissist on other issues. My newest book, Tame the Narcissist, has some of my best strategies for this. I ask you, have you given your power away to the narcissist? How skilled are you at handling your red hot anger from injustices and betrayals? How easy is it for you to stay sane in the midst of the narcissist's insanity and crazy making manipulations? Are you able to easily identify and label the tactics of a narcissist? If not, find and use my list. Can you calmly document the narcissist pattern of behavior? Do you have someone safe to regularly vent to? Do you have a vetted lawyer? Do you have someone to emotionally support you? Have you taken parenting classes? And are you mostly focused on your child? Do you have an ignore button for certain unimportant things so you don't get hung up? Do you try to create peace and goodwill, or do you stand up to a high conflict, personality disordered person causing more drama? Have you fully healed from narcissistic abuse? Do you have good internal boundaries in place? Can you skillfully communicate in a way that doesn't attack and insult? Are you building leverage for later use? Are you asking if there's another way too? To help moms facing the many challenges, I wrote several books full of my best and most helpful, effective tools and strategies. For over a decade, I've coached hundreds of struggling moms in one-to-one sessions privately. My goal is to ease the suffering of moms because I know it helps. It helps you and your precious children also caught in this dilemma. I learned the hard way and hope you don't have to on many things. It took me several narcissistic abuse recovery coaches, more than a few therapists, 2 domestic violence counselors to gain a solid understanding of how to cope and improve my situation. It took tremendous effort and serious self work on my part to transform our awful situation, plus 3 attorneys. Unfortunately, I was in that 1% of parents in a custody battle who had to endure a family court trial to save my child from abuse and other threats to her safety by her narcissistic father. And just an FYI, most contested custody cases end in negotiations, but ours didn't. We went through a grueling 5-day trial. It wasn't until I worked smarter and strategically that I set my case up for successful negotiations with a narcissist and won back my rights. Shifting out of the losing battle with a narcissist starts with establishing support to maintain sanity and sticking with them self boundaries and principles. It starts with getting the right support people and implementing a documentation system and a solid strategy or two. I encourage you to learn from all of my openly shared survivor wisdom in a pen name and start a self education program of your own because that knowledge is power. If you're ready to start stepping into solutions and out of stress, pick up my books available on Amazon. You will be supporting me as a self published author and a single mom. I suggest you read them in order written to see the basic mindsets I had to establish or adopt to take the high road and opt out of energy wasting conflict. Learn how I developed several super smart strategies to survive and go on to watch our child thrive. Note, you can come out of this stronger than before. Your power is in your choices. And the key, make good choices using logic, common sense, and reasoning it out with the experts. Learn from past mistakes, mine and yours. Learn what narcissistic supply is. Learn how to be a non-threat to narcissistic supply. Learn how moms typically lose custody and their sanity by being emotionally destabilized by a narcissist who's crazy. By learning these things, knowledge is a key part of your power. I often ask moms, would you argue with someone in a straitjacket? You may want to use this imagery if your pride prompts you to set the madman straight on some lie or false claim he's spewing just to get you riled up. This is my newest book, but my past several books for moms can validate what you may be experiencing and give you creative ways to improve your co-parenting conditions. There are healthy attitudes to adopt, mindsets to make solid, sanity to hold on to, as well as beneficial perspectives that we can take that can really help us endure this dilemma and survive a custody battle. I suggest that moms bring a highlighter, pen, a journal, and take some notes as they read my words of wisdom. My journals are filled to the brim with the truth, insights, and ideas from the experts. and all the books that I read when I was going through our challenges. I encourage you to learn all you can, because that knowledge that you'll get with the self-education is truly power. You can start being more prepared with my survivor wisdom. And the goal is to leave you with nuggets of wisdom that and ample encouragement so that you can keep being the best mom that you can be no matter what. We will always be our child's mother, no matter what. We don't have to step into any of the traps that the narcissist sets for us. Fact is, we are our child's hope, and we need to be healthy. Believe that you can endure pain, injustices, and betrayals and still be resilient. Believe in yourself as a mom. Remember to learn the valuable lessons in this and come out of this smarter and stronger than before. Hi, I'm Grace Rolson, mom survivor, self-published author. I'm a certified life coach and a strategist. My book series is written in order of 1 through 6. I'll give you the names of them. My best tips are for overcoming loss, creating peace with a narcissist. Book 1 is Co-Parenting with a Narcissist, 7 Self-Rules to Stay Sane. In that book, you'll hear about how I lost, why I lost, and what I had to do to stage a comeback. Book 2 is How to Fight a Narcissist in Family Court and Win. That has legal strategies that my lawyer employed. Book 3, Co-Parenting with a Sociopath, Survival and Sanity Guide. Book 4 is How to Survive a Custody Battle with a Narcissist When the Family Courts Force You to Co-Parent. Book 5 is Tame the Narcissist, 10 Keys for Better Co-Parenting to Create Peace and Protection Using Strategy and Skillful Means. All my books are available at Amazon. I encourage you to pick them up, starting with number 1. Learn all you can. And if you need more help, you can come to my website. I do have a free blog here at www.gracerolson.com. Like and subscribe to this channel because I post free webinars and my tips, tools, and strategies and small videos. If you get to my blog for Co-Parenting with a Narcissist, you will find my 20 wants list, a power tool. Do pick up that power tool. I do a lot of lists for moms, including how to prepare for a family court when dealing with a narcissist. My 20 plus wants list helps you make leverage that you need. It's a power tool. It helps you stay on track. It focuses you. It makes you get an offense rather than just be on the defense. And you can prioritize and sort this list. If you want more, I have a free subscriber newsletter. It's an email newsletter on Substack. You can get this. It comes with a podcast. And I say be willing to learn the lesson and change what you can and let that change begin with you. You can come to my Spotify podcast and subscribe so you'll always have one of a new alert when I have a new show coming out. If you're co-parenting with a narcissist or stuck in a high conflict, costly custody battle, my heart goes out to you. I believe there are ways that you can overcome this. I believe there are things that can make it easier for you. I believe you can turn a case around completely. I've seen it done. I've done it myself, but I had to learn a lot along the way. So thank you for watching or listening. Remember to like and subscribe. Pick up any of my books on Amazon, and I always appreciate an honest review if you're buying on Amazon. If you need my basics video course, look for the link below for my Navigate Around the Narcissist co-parenting video course to watch out for the tricks and the tactics and the traps and to get solutions for your sanity. Thank you so much for watching.